What if I told you that the Navy just fired a weapon with an infinite magazine? No reload, no resupply, no running out of ammunition. Last fall, the USS Preble pointed a 60 kilowatt beam of concentrated light at incoming drones and vaporized 4 of them in a single engagement. The technology that seemed like science fiction just became military reality. And the Navy's top officer just announced his goal: a laser on every ship. This is the weapon that could change naval warfare forever. For the past 2 years, the United States Navy has faced an enemy they never anticipated. Not aircraft carriers, not nuclear submarines, not hypersonic missiles. Drones. Cheap, expendable, deadly drones. The Houthis in Yemen have launched wave after wave of unmanned aerial systems at American warships in the Red Sea. And here's the terrifying math that keeps Navy commanders awake at night. A single Houthi drone costs maybe $20,000 to build. A single RAM-116 rolling airframe missile, the Navy's point defense weapon, costs $1 million. Do the math. For every dollar the enemy spends, America spends 50. But it gets worse. The USS Gravely fired so many missiles defending against drone swarms that it had to leave its patrol station for weeks just to reload. The USS Carney? Same story. These are billion-dollar destroyers being forced to retreat, not because they were damaged, but because they ran out of ammunition. And that's just Yemen. That's just the Houthis. Imagine China launching thousands of drones in a Taiwan scenario. Imagine Russia deploying AI-controlled swarms in the Baltic. The math doesn't just get harder, it becomes impossible. The Navy needed a weapon that could fire forever. They needed infinite ammunition. They needed a laser. Helios. High-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance. Built by Lockheed Martin, this isn't your grandfather's experimental laser. This is a 60 kilowatt direct energy weapon designed specifically for one purpose: to kill drones and small boats before they can threaten American warships. Let me break down what that means. 60 kilowatts doesn't sound like much. Your microwave at home uses about 1 kilowatt. But Helios isn't trying to heat up your leftovers. This weapon focuses 60,000 watts of concentrated photon energy into a beam thinner than your finger. That beam travels at 186,000 miles per second, the speed of light. No missile travels that fast. No bullet comes close. From the moment the gunner pulls the trigger to the moment of impact, there is no delay. The beam hits, the target burns, the drone falls from the sky. And here's the game changer. As long as the ship has electrical power, Helios can keep firing. No magazine to empty, no tubes to reload, no supply ships needed. Just point, shoot, and watch your enemies burn. The USS Preble became the first, and currently the only, Navy ship to carry this weapon when it was installed in 2022. For years, the Navy kept testing, kept calibrating, kept pushing the limits of what directed energy could do. Then, last fall, they attempted something unprecedented. During a demonstration in 2024, USS Preble pointed Helios at the sky and waited. Not one drone, not 2. 4 unmanned aerial vehicles approached the destroyer simultaneously. In any previous scenario, this would require 4 missiles, 4 separate engagements, 4 chances for something to go wrong. But Helios changed the rules. The system locked onto the first drone. The beam engaged. In seconds, the drone was neutralized. Then the system slewed to the second target. Fire. Neutralized. Third target. Fourth target. When the dust settled, or rather when the ash settled, all 4 drones had been eliminated. Lockheed Martin CEO Jim Taiclet announced this milestone during a quarterly earnings call just last week. The Helios weapon system successfully neutralized 4 drone threats in a U.S. Navy-operated counter-UAS demonstration at sea, showcasing an opportunity to eliminate drone attacks using lasers and saving U.S. and allied air defense missiles for more advanced threats. Let me read that last part again. Saving missiles for more advanced threats. That's the strategy. That's the game theory. Use lasers to swat down the cheap drones, save your precious SM-2s and SM-6s for the anti-ship missiles that actually threaten your ship. It's not just about having an infinite magazine. It's about resource allocation on the battlefield. Every missile you don't fire at a drone is a missile you can fire at a cruise missile or a ballistic warhead. Helios doesn't just defend the ship, it makes every other weapon more effective. So how does a laser actually destroy a drone? It's not like the movies. There's no dramatic explosion, no visible beam cutting through the sky. To the naked eye, you might not see anything at all. But here's what's actually happening. Helios uses what's called a solid-state laser. No chemicals, no gases, just electricity converted directly into focused light. The beam concentrates on a single point of the target, typically the most vulnerable component, the motor, the fuel tank, the control surfaces. In seconds, that point heats up to extreme temperatures. Materials warp, electronics fry, structural integrity fails. The drone doesn't explode, it simply stops working. It tumbles from the sky like a bird that forgot how to fly. But Helios isn't just a weapon. The name tells you everything. High-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance. The dazzler mode allows the system to temporarily blind optical sensors and camera systems without destroying them. Perfect for warning shots or ambiguous situations where you want to disable a drone's intelligence gathering capability without creating an international incident. And the surveillance function means Helios doubles as one of the most powerful optical tracking systems afloat. Even when it's not shooting, it's watching, scanning, building a picture of the threat environment. But here's what Lockheed Martin has already hinted at. They can scale this system up. Helios currently operates at 60 kilowatts. The company has said it can be upgraded to 150 kilowatts without changing the fundamental architecture. And for the Trump-class battleships currently on the drawing board, the Navy's Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Daryl Cottle, has suggested that those ships might carry lasers with megawatt-class power ratings. That's not